YouTube and Twitch.
To YouTube, ew.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube and Twitch.
Oh.
The fuck uses YouTube?
Oh well, I mean, at this point,
just go live on TikTok.
Oh shit! I wonder if I could. I don't know if this will go live to TikTok. I haven't tried that. I haven't tried to set that up as a thing.
I could go live for just my side of the conversation.
Yeah, we could all do that. We could each put ourselves on 3 different TikTok streams and then like stitch them together. So like that's 3 different places on TikTok people could find us, and then also here. Yeah, this user cannot create a live video.
Tony, I don't get the get naked challenge.
Why? What don't you get about that?
I don't fucking get it. I just don't fucking get it.
I'm guessing that you just get naked and get somebody's reaction as you're doing it.
I don't fucking get it.
Welcome to Twitch.
No, that's TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. It is. I was incorrect.
It's the youngs. I don't get the youngs. And I don't feel like it's an I'm old problem.
You are no longer a youth.
Although that is also a problem.
You are no longer a youth. That is the problem.
A youth. That is also a problem.
Were you a youth?
The youngs and I parted company quite a while ago.
I accidentally got a bunch of followers on TikTok.
How'd you pull that off?
The naked challenge.
Yeah, I have a job where I have to be interesting to teenagers, so I guess it paid off there. And I got like 15 million views on a video and like 85,000 followers. And I'm
Holy
like,
shit!
Hey everybody, I'm not going to make any content for you, but like, thanks.
Wow. I have 2 TikTok accounts. One that I made for myself just to look at TikTok videos and to share them with basically with Julie and Holden. Like that's currently our proof of life with Holden. Nice. is if we see if he shares TikTok videos with us or reacts to the videos we send, we know he's fine. We're just making that blanket assumption. And then I made one for Sausage Fest under the impression that I would do something with that. And I made a little video of just the Sausage Fest logo, and it got a bunch of views. Like it's just the logo. I don't get it. But it got a bunch of views, so
I watched it.
Yeah, I don't know how many views it ended up getting. Probably not many in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, as it is now, I watch TikTok now on occasion and then get sucked into it and spend way too long watching those videos.
Yeah, the trash to gems ratio is off for me on that because I'll spend an hour. I'm like, oh, this one's great, but wait, is an hour passed? Right,
yeah,
of watching trash, and I don't like lip sync videos where they're playing some other comedian's routine and they're lip syncing it, or whatever,
or the many millions of dance videos. I don't understand the dancing.
I don't care for the dancing one so much. I like babies swearing.
Yeah,
I like animals. Yeah, there's this one little chap who says "fucking damn it" as he's walking away. Which then there's this dude that just stitched to it that was like, "Son, gas is $4.35 a gallon. We can't have both Disney Plus and go to Hooters for dinner. And then they play that kid. It's like, all right, that's solid.
Yep.
Yeah, the Sausage Fest video has 640 views. I just checked.
I just keep it on repeat.
Wow.
Is this that Seth Rogen animated film?
No, it's for Sausage Fest for the. Are you not familiar with Sausage Fest, Mitch?
Not.
Oh my God, we need to educate.
We're
you
not
about it.
anywhere near October, so
We are not. So many a year ago, we decided to throw a room party at Archon, and like it's funny because Archon's mostly a bunch of dudes, so let's throw a room party called Sausage Fest.
Nice.
And so like that was just like when we decided to do it, that was just going to be it. We were just gonna throw a party and call it that. And then we decided, no, like we should actually serve sausage at this thing. So we did. And so we decided to do that. And then I came to the realization that Archon is the first weekend in October. So we could do this for a charity. So it's Sausage Fest for breast cancer awareness. Which then changed. What are you doing over there to your video?
listen. You know how many times I've heard this sausage
I know.
fest spiel? just seeing what the options are. Just seeing what's going on.
You
with
continue.
all the buttons. Every
Yeah, so we
button.
decided to make it for charity and collect donations, and so we started collecting donations. Well, we had the idea to, and then we threw this party, and it was a weird year because it was the one year that Archon was at Westport, and the party went well. So we decided, let's keep doing this. And so after the second year, I learned, because we had been giving our money to Komen, and I learned about a lot of the shadiness around Komen's dealings. So I found the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and they're awesome. They were super easy to work with. Like where Komen didn't want us to tell people we were giving their money to Komen. Yeah, like very strange. Because they're so protective of their brand. Breast Cancer Research, they're like, yeah, we do have like 2 stipulations. I was like, all right, what are they? They're like, 1, get our name right. Okay, that's pretty easy. And 2, make sure you tell people what we do. Like, I think I can handle that. Then they sent me like this whole packet of things, like pamphlets and ribbons and bracelets, and just like, here, give these out as part of your thing. So we've been giving money to them ever since, with matching donations. We have raised for BCRF over 50 grand.
Nice.
Yeah. Now that's with matching donations, but yeah, is that right? 50, or is it?
I thought it was more.
It's probably a little more than that. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've looked. Yeah. So we will talk about that a lot more come like
October, September.
Yeah. Normally start talking about it in late August, as the run up to Archon hits, because we collect donations ahead of time, and then the donations we collect ahead of time pay for the actual event, and then also any money we make over and above that we give to them, and then we take donations at the event. So yeah, so I just double checked. We're over $25,000 in direct donations, and when you include matching donations, we're over 50,000.
Wow.
Because I've over the last half dozen years, I've been able to get matching donations. There's always somebody doing anonymous matching donations to BCRF, so I'm able to get matching donations for that too. So it's great. I mean, people like saving boobies, so I mean, the thing is, we all have them,
Mhm.
and we can all get breast cancer.
Sure.
So,
And
My
it's
former
deadly.
father-in-law had breast cancer.
he actually made a video for us supporting us. Very cool. But that's not what we're here to talk about today.
It is not. We're here
Yes,
to
we
talk
can.
about what is going on with the allergy situation in St. Louis. I have a shocking news update for everyone. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that time of year.
Yeah, that was the news update. That was the bulletin.
Yeah. Claire works at CVS at the Minute Clinic, and people will show up and they'll be like, "Oh, I think I've got like the flu or something. It's really bad. I just moved to St. Louis." And she's like, "Oh no, that's allergies. You have allergies. You've just never known it before. It's bad here."
Yep.
I don't even know what it is. It's cold out.
It's cold out now, but it has been warm out. And the trees are budding.
You're budding.
Well, yeah.
Got him.
You aren't?
I'm not. I have to clean out my garden before I can do any sort of budding.
Mm,
I mean that quite literally.
yeah.
Not making any sort of
Your
euphemism.
your raised bed.
Mm-hmm. Get my peppers in there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Are we gonna talk about this movie at all, Tony?
Hey, this is Tony.
Oh, hey, I'm Mitch.
This is David.
And we are the Backseat Producers. And we are talking about the Adam Project this evening.
Have I ever told you that this movie lied to me?
In what way?
Personally, it broke a covenant we both entered into.
Oh.
Oh.
In the marketing materials leading up to this movie, on Twitter, Netflix released a video. In the video, Ryan Reynolds and Mark Ruffalo talk about the movie. And then about halfway through, they're like, this movie deals with time travel. Why don't we consult an expert? And so then the camera pans over to Christopher Lloyd. And Christopher Lloyd talks about the movie and time travel.
Mhm.
Do you know who is not in this movie?
Mhm.
Christopher fucking Lloyd.
But did they say he was in the movie?
They didn't say he was in the movie, but it is baffling to me that he would appear in this commercial for the movie talking
Mhm.
about time travel without appearing in the movie. Like, what? Why? Why would we do this? And
I don't
that's
know.
why I think this is the worst movie I've seen this year.
Whoa.
Wow. That is an interesting take on this.
Betrayal.
Uh-huh.
You ever been stabbed in the back? Serrated blade.
you mean
heated
like-
to a fine 200 Kelvin?
Yeah, you mean like I was by The Empire Strikes Back when I wasn't told that was going to be a sequel? That I had to find out by watching the movie to its conclusion in the theater that I wasn't going to get the end of this story.
But it was going to be a cliffhanger.
That they cliffhangered me in this movie
Mm.
at 9 years old. That was bullshit.
At 9 years old, wasn't a lot of TV that same bullshit around that time?
No,
Like the car drives off the cliff and
Literal
that's
cliffhangers.
you know what? That's a cliffhanger for the end of a commercial. You get a 3-minute commercial break, or not even that, a minute and a half commercial break, and you're back from that, and you find out what happened.
Hmm.
I didn't have to wait 3 years for the conclusion of a commercial break.
Well, have you read Game of Thrones?
Turns out I have.
Yeah.
Well, then that was just practice. 3
Same
years.
with the Dark Tower, Tony.
Mhm.
I wouldn't know.
You didn't read past the Gunslinger.
Nope. I did not enjoy the Gunslinger, so I did not read past it.
I read 1, 2, and 3 all at once, and then got to 3, and I was like, "Hey, there's no more books." And then read 4 when 4 came out, and then there was a long wait for 5, 6, and 7, which I do feel like I could still be waiting for, and I don't know if I would be worse off.
Well,
It's not the worst thing in the world. There's some fine stuff in there, but there's a lot of other stuff in there also.
all right.
And then we got a movie.
Speaking of movies, Mitch, what did you think of The Atom Project?
Oh, it's all right. It's not the worst movie I've seen this year, but it's probably not one I will remember into next year. So I'm gonna say, like a 3 out of 5. It was fine. The only things I'll remember are the rules for time travel, because any time travel movie like that is what it's always going to stick with me.
I really enjoyed this movie.
What?
I really liked it, start to
Okay.
finish. And I was surprised by it also, in a pleasant way.
Was it the hardcore pornography in the middle, or the undercurrent of white nationalism?
I think you watched a different movie, which is probably why you didn't enjoy it. Because I noticed neither of those things.
Well,
Well, I would have assumed you noticed the pornography.
yeah.
I would have.
Mm-hmm. Here's a question I've got for you. Do you believe that we have lost the ability to write a time travel movie? Because the last 2 big time travel movies have both done the same thing, and I'm curious if this is going to be a trend that continues, where time travel has become so pervasive in pop culture that the movie explains away time travel using pop culture references as, I'm not going to say science, but like almost at the level of science. It's like, psh, well, science isn't like this other movie. Okay, well, I don't know that that's how that works.
I think if you're setting a time travel movie in the modern era, you can't ignore time travel pop culture. So I think we're going to see that, and you're going to have to reference it, especially if it's a movie that has comedic elements to it, because they're going to reference other time travel movies just to make a joke about them.
Yes. Oh, I remember Hot Tub Time Machine. I remember it very well. That movie was really good.
It was. And I was, I think, unless you have a compelling way around a narrative about time travel, just avoid doing a time travel story. like I liked this one because, spoiler, and the surprise that I got to is that if they're true to the story they told, There won't be a sequel to this.
Mm.
I don't think this movie was popular enough for there to be a sequel. So
It's very popular.
is it?
It's
Yeah.
incredibly popular.
All right. Well,
It's getting a lot of traction, and there's a lot of talking about it. Just in general.
You know, to the question of like, can we write time travel movies? I guess it's that there's like the hard science fiction time travel movie where like Primer or something or Tenet, where like the time travel is a big feature of the movie. But then there's like this where the time travel is like almost incidental. Like it might as well be a a Christmas Carol or Peggy Sue Got Married. Like the time travel is just the inciting incident that lets us tell this other story that we're actually interested in. Right. So, I think they do like, it's time travel because we want to focus on this thing.
what was the other story?
Oh, this family business.
Yeah.
Mm.
I believe was the intent.
Yeah, the emotional trauma of a child losing their father and how it affects them, and how it impacts the rest of their life.
Because we got it early in grief and then the echo much later. Yeah, I thought that's what they're doing.
Could you perhaps think of maybe a father figure you could have inserted into the movie to really drive that point home? An older gentleman, maybe.
Oh,
Probably very recognizable.
You need to give up. You need to give up on this Christopher Lloyd thing.
He just got cast in something. Oh,
Yeah, season 3 of
I don't think it's something I'm watching either.
God damn it is something I'm watching. What the fuck is it? I'm blanking on it.
I'll look it up. Hold on.
We just had season 2. He's cast in season 3.
Are people also I googled Christopher Lloyd cast, just thinking for the Jesus, he's 83.
Yeah.
I think he was born in 1938. The first question on people
Mandalorian.
also ask, Mandalorian, there it is. The first question on people also ask is, are there 2 Christopher Lloyds?
Yes. Yes, there are. Because one of them's a producer.
I think they watched Back to the Future and they couldn't quite differentiate between old Christopher Lloyd and young Christopher Lloyd.
No, there's a producer whose name shows up in the credits, I think, of some TV shows, and people are like, "Is that the same Christopher Lloyd?" And it's not.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Rob Thomas.
Yes.
Oh, from Matchbox 20.
Mm-hmm. And also
who is
the TV producer.
He's the
from
TV
iZombie?
producer. Yes, and that's how they got Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20 in iZombie because
Yes.
the confusion. Yeah, that was pretty fantastic when that happened.
Christopher Lloyd, the producer, produced Modern Family, which
Yes.
got a lot of views.
Yep.
Al Bundy Part 2.
Yeah.
But I thought in this movie, in the Adam Project, the kid who's young Adam, I thought he did a pretty good job of acting like young Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job with that.
I will completely agree.
And I expect so little out of kid actors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just expect them to be like a nightmare behind the scenes. But no, this kid did a good job.
Yep.
Unless he actually was just like that already. In which case, I take back my praise.
Yeah.
My praise only goes to the casting director.
I saw an article where like the kid apparently is a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. So like him aping Ryan Reynolds was just because he was his favorite, like one of his favorites. So
Nice. Yeah, I thought he was really good. And Ryan Reynolds is charming as ever,
Mhm.
as Ryan Reynolds. And so we get who all do we get from the MCU? We have Ryan Reynolds, we
Ruffalo.
have Mark Ruffalo, Zoe Saldana, and Jennifer
Mhm.
Garner.
Except Jennifer Garner's not.
Who's Jennifer
in-
Garner?
She's
She's
not in
Elektra.
the MCU. Except that's not in the MCU.
Well, what isn't in the MCU now?
Well,
The
that's true.
multiverse.
That's true.
Ugh.
They could have her. They could shoehorn her in that.
Let's do a multiple Electras short. Silly.
Yeah, Mitch, we were talking. We're not inviting you back.
You don't want all the Electras? All right, that's fine.
We're full on Mitches in this podcast.
Well, you're not one.
We overshot the quota. Yeah, there was a lot of MCU talent in this. I didn't know Zoe Saldana was in this until she showed up.
Mhm.
That one surprised me.
She was fine. Everybody was fine.
But there's nothing like super standout about the performances. Oh, I thought the thing they did for Catherine Keener, like the de-aged version of her through deep fake technology.
Yeah.
However,
was
they
like,
did
that's
it.
Interesting.
I thought it looked good. I thought it looked really good. I didn't.
We keep doing that.
Yeah.
De-aging people.
Yeah. And it just feels weird every time.
Like Kurt Russell and who else have we? I'm sorry. Now I think only of the Marvel de-aging. Disney's done it like
Michael Douglas,
like
Robert
Douglas.
Downey
Oh,
Jr.
yeah.
Is the Jeff Bridges one in Tron was
Ooh, right.
rough. That was rough.
That
Carrie
was
Fisher.
That was an early one.
Tarkin.
Mhm.
Tarkin actually kind of liked the way they did him.
Yeah, only because he looked more sinister, and it was like, oh yeah, this works.
Yeah.
But like, he looked more ghoulish,
Mm-hmm.
but he already looked very ghoulish. So
Yeah.
more ghoulish was what we ordered.
Yeah. The Michael Douglas and the Kurt Russell and the Robert Downey Jr. ones, I thought were really well done.
I thought RDJ was really well done. Michael Douglas had a weird, smooth face.
Apparently, his had a lot more like makeup work, like before they did the CGI work too.
Mm,
So maybe that's part of it.
that could be it.
It was very smooth.
Remember the days we just slapped a darker wig on people and just, like Community did with Leonard, and just put a dark wig on Leonard, and he still looked 100 years old. That guy died.
Yep.
Oh.
I like the way they handled time travel.
It was a nice, new, interesting. Well, maybe not new, but I like there's a fixed timeline and you're where you're supposed to be, and so then they explain like things sync up when you get back to your fixed time. So if you go back in time and you change things, nothing happens to you. Like you don't fade away, Back to the Future style. It only updates once you get back to where you came from.
Mm-hmm.
But you can stay indefinitely in the past, or at least
Yeah.
that's how they explained it
Yeah, only it didn't work that way at all.
at the end, right?
Yeah.
So,
What do you mean?
well, when the villain is hoisted on her own petard,
Yeah.
it instantly updates. I feel like Catherine Keener, the Elder, should have just persisted.
Mhm.
I didn't see how that would have been possible. Like the explanation I got from it, I was okay with her just vanishing instantly.
Yeah, but like,
But at the
when-
same time, during that whole sequence, I felt like the stakes were such that you could have killed anybody but Mark Ruffalo and young Catherine Keener Like anybody that was inside the complex
Uh-huh.
at that point, except for Ruffalo and young Keener, were all from the future. Like every one of them were from the future. So if they just went away, but the past changed, it didn't matter. Like there were no stakes to that.
Hold on. In the confrontation at the end, young
Yes.
Keener is also from the future.
No,
No, that's her
no,
time.
that's her timeline. That's her timeline.
Oh, I'm sorry, not young Keener, the kid.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know what the
So
fuck I
no,
was thinking of that kid's name.
we
That's
could
what
have
I said.
murdered that kid.
Yeah, you could have killed the kid.
Yeah.
He's from 4 years in the future. But so I guess that's like, but so like memories don't update until you get back to your fixed point in time.
Yeah,
Right.
except that the kid and Ryan Reynolds both just disappear at the end, which doesn't make any goddamn sense
Right.
as presented.
Okay.
It's the same problem all over the place.
Yeah. So like I think it would have been for me a more interesting ending if old Keener, old Adam, and 4 years in the future Adam all just persist in this alternate 2018. And I could definitely.
Maybe, like, I don't see. I mean, at that point, they have erased the possibility of time travel.
Mhm.
So, like, it felt like their explanation that they're probably just going to vanish at some point, I was okay with.
And a point that's convenient to the story.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. There's no
Sure.
reason why, all this change, it's going to take a while to catch up. We're back to
Yeah.
fading photos from Back to the Future.
Yep.
Mhm. It doesn't work like the movies.
It worked just like the movies.
It worked just like the movies.
But I don't think they were trying to be it's gonna sound more mean than I intended. I don't think they were trying to be interesting in their writing. They were doing it for like a very specific story they wanted to tell about this like father son like grief
This was
development
not.
thing.
This was not a. This was not a movie to highlight how much we know about time travel.
right.
This was a movie to tell an emotional story.
And I get emotional about time travel.
I do get emotional. You know what? I forgot that abysmal movie with Chris Star-Lord.
Oh, the Tomorrow War,
Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
I
Yeah.
have not seen that yet.
That movie is dreadful. You
Ooh.
can skip it.
It looked like it, so I did not watch it.
Well, that's good foresight on your part. Unlike the movie Mitch and I were talking about last week, which was Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, Live Die Repeat.
Yeah.
Is
That
that the
movie-
name of the movie?
No, I think.
No, they.
God damn it.
That's what they changed it to.
The Edge of Tomorrow.
The Edge of Tomorrow. No, Live Die Repeat was the slogan.
That was the marketing poster, but that's also what they changed the name.
Oh
of the
my
movie
god,
to.
they did rename it.
Yeah, they renamed it
Why?
because that's what everybody thought the name of the movie was because of the poster.
That's
The
fucking
marketing
great.
department did a better job naming the movie than the other part of the marketing department that named the movie.
Oh, this is an anime? Is it a manga?
What? Live
That was a movie. That was based on a movie. All You Need Is Kill,
Yes.
a Japanese science fiction light novel.
Nice.
Hmm.
I
I love
really
that one.
like that one. I really like that one.
Yeah. Ugh, now
Gosh.
I gotta watch that tonight.
Yeah, I love the
damn it.
marketing department like renaming movies. One of my favorite stories of that was The Madness of King George III, which is what it was called everywhere else until they did it in test markets in the US. And audience was like, it was fine and all, but I hadn't seen The Madness of King George 1 and 2. And so here it's just
Fantastic.
The Madness of King George, and they leave off the 3rd.
Oh, we are dumb.
Right. Yes. You know, I get. Yeah, and so Sean Levy, right, was the director for this,
Yes.
and he does like family stuff, right? Like I remember Real Steel, a movie he did a while back, which is
Well, he
you know,
did Free Guy also.
robots. Oh yeah, right. So this seems like his style of thing.
Yeah.
I liked it, but like,
You know what? I'm cool if Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds keep making movies.
But they will.
I'll go see them.
there's some money in that.
I'll watch them in my living room.
Well, if this was in theaters, I probably would have gone and seen it in theaters.
Yeah,
Sean
and
Levy
it's.
directing Deadpool 3.
I'll go see that in the theater.
I'll think about it.
He also directed a shitload of Stranger Things.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
He's I think a producer for Stranger Things. He does like a lot in production.
I'm looking at his director credits, Mitch.
Sorry,
A full 8 episodes of Stranger Things.
it's a lot of Stranger Things.
1 Kimmy Schmidt episode.
Well, I did like Kimmy Schmidt.
Which
I
one?
also. Kimmy drives a car.
Well, that sounds exciting. Oh, he did the Night at the Museum movies.
Oh, he also did Date Night. That's a
Which
good movie.
Those were good.
Which one's Date Night? Is that with Arrested
Amy
Development?
Schumer?
No, Tina Fey and Steve Carell.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
It's a funny movie.
He did something else that was famous. Oh, This Is Where I Leave You.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I saw that. It's got everyone. It's got Adam Driver and Tina Fey and Bateman and a bunch of people. It's like a family getting together and talking over each other thing.
Nice.
It was the thing they were referencing. The family in that movie owns a sporting goods store, and they're the Altmans, and they reference that in this movie.
I don't like Corey Stoll. There's something about his face that I find unpleasant. I'm feeling real
He's-
lively tonight.
Wait a minute. Isn't he also in the MCU?
Yeah, he's the dude from the first Ant-Man,
Yeah.
the villain in the first Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't in this movie, but was he?
Oh, Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
The Asian dude that shows up to try and kill Ryan Reynolds multiple times is in a sci-fi show called Dark Matter.
Oh
Which
yeah,
I
I watched
thoroughly
that.
enjoyed until it was canceled
Is it worth
unnecessarily.
watching? It was on my list for a while, and I never got around to it.
That's good. I enjoyed it. If you ever saw, did you see the Silent Hill movie?
No.
That freakish-looking little girl in the Silent Hill movie is in Dark Matter as like a young adult, and she continues to be irregular looking. I mean, I don't mean like I don't like trying not to put like a negative connotation on it because like but just not a typical human looking person.
Some people have great careers looking not like a normal looking human person.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Dark Matter. There was something else on at the same time as that on Sci-Fi with the Ashmore kid. I don't remember which twin. Gosh, what was that? It was funnier than Dark Matter, and they aired them back to back.
Probably Steve. I'm gonna bet Steve.
I wouldn't know.
Gosh, all of them Ashmore. Killjoys was the name of the show.
I've heard of that.
I have also heard of that.
Mhm.
I don't think that guy's name is Steve Ashmore.
Aaron or Sean are the two Ashmores.
There we go.
You're very close. Might as well have been a Steve.
Might as well have been.
Steve is their lost triplet.
God, he's the only one that's not a piece of shit.
Oh.
Turn to hate podcast tonight, everybody. Did Killjoys get canceled? Oh, that ran for 5 seasons?
Yeah.
Damn. That might be something to watch. Sounds like there's a lot of it.
Yeah, and it was. I think they started the same time as Dark Matter. That's why I was watching it.
Have you ever watched Better Things?
Yes, I have.
I was thinking of that today. I'm watching the final season as it airs, so I was thinking that. I was like, I don't know that we've ever talked about that, so I was going to suggest it to you if you had not watched it.
I have.
I haven't. I don't even know what it is.
It's a kind of a slice of life TV show by Pamela Adlon, who is she played. She's been in a bunch of stuff, but like I know I'm pretty sure she played Louis C.K.'s wife on one of his TV shows. I think maybe on the HBO one. She's really funny, and it's very autobiographical. It's her show. It's her and Louis C.K. created it, and then like the day, like all the stuff came out about Louis C.K.
Yeah,
his name is still on it as created by because they can't take his name off of that. But after that, like he did nothing else with the show.
yeah.
But she has directed every episode of it.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. It features 3 young female actors playing her children, and she's got 3 daughters, and she's divorced, and like both the character and her are divorced. Like it's very autobiographical to her.
And funny.
It is funny, but also it's like that. It's like those FX comedies that are funny but also like have this very serious, it's not. There's a darkness to the humor that's very like real life. Like people will say things that are funny, but it's not. Haha, sell a joke. I'm a sitcom.
Like You're the Worst.
You're the Worst is a little. No, it's very much in that same vein. Except You're the Worst goes like a step towards the ridiculousness. Better Things is very firmly in reality, like the ridiculousness, some of the ridiculousness that happens in You're the Worst, you'd never see in Better Things.
2 dudes jerking off into a fire.
Yep, nope, that's not happening.
Hmm.
There are very seldom 2 dudes in the same scene in it.
Is that so it doesn't pass the Rogan test?
Nice.
Nope.
Oh my
Nope.
gosh.
No lesbians making out.
I think that
No boobs.
the Adam Project has there's one scene where two female characters are talking not about a man, but they're the same character. I don't
Yep.
know. This is like a Bechdel pass with a star, like a
But,
little asterisk
but
on
weren't
it.
they talking about trying to stop him and stop? Like,
Oh,
it feels like
yeah.
it's all very
Mhm.
much about the dudes in
You're
it.
right. It's about how smart Pouty Lips Ruffalo is.
Yep.
Mhm. I was happy they killed his ass at the end of the movie.
I was surprised.
I was also surprised. This
I-
did not feel like the movie that was going to be like, yep, that guy's fucking dead.
Yeah, like I felt like just a line or two of dialogue, like 20 minutes toward the end of the movie, or maybe even not that long ago. It was like, maybe that the car accident, just something about the car accident that there was an implication that she could have been involved in it.
Yeah, I thought that was
Because
the implication.
Yeah.
Oh, I 100% read that into it also, because I'm sitting there going, well, at the end of the movie, when they come back, Mark Ruffalo is going to be there. And like Julie and I were sitting on the couch just waiting for it. And it was like, wait a minute. She just said something about that's how your dad would have done it. And it's like, maybe he's not coming back
That guy was fucking dead.
for realsies. Yeah, I was honestly very surprised that he was not still alive.
I was hoping that the end was, old and young Adam on the road trying to track down old Saurian. If they all had survived this like change of time, and so now they have to hunt her. She tries to mess with the timeline. That'd be the sequel that I would want to watch.
I mean, because he still has the
that I would
ship.
watch.
Because the ship is still there.
The ship exists, right? It just, or it had existed. Maybe it also blinks out of existence now.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
But in the mythical timeline where they're in like a VW bus cruising across 2018 America as though it's the 1960s.
Yes.
Really just mash in every single time travel thing we can.
Let's do it.
Like that Stargate SG-1 episode.
So do you think now that Bezos has ownership of Stargate, he's going to reboot that?
I hope not. I feel like we already had a potential for the perfect Stargate show, and we pissed it away.
Well, now that he owns it, he could just reboot it from there.
So that's interesting. So the way that they end Universe, they could just pick it up as though the time had passed normally, and I would be in for that shit. Because Universe was so goddamn good.
It was. Other than the movie, that was the only one that I watched.
Yeah.
I watched SG-1 for seasons. I don't know. There's a bit where like Daniel Jackson is not in the show, and they replace him with an alien whose actor's name is more alien than the alien.
Corin Nemec
is the actor's name.
That is the actor's name.
Right. Wow.
And the alien is like Steve.
Wow.
Like, I mean,
yeah, it's Jonas, I think.
Jonas, right? Alien Jonas, played by Corin Nemec, right? Who was just like a Daniel Jackson clone. I'm like, well, couldn't they have like? This was a chance to change the formula. And then like Daniel Jackson comes back. I'm like, all right, I've seen a lot of this now.
Yep, Jonas Quinn.
Jonas Quinn, right?
Got it. Bam.
Wow.
Corin Nemec playing Jonas Quinn.
It's like somebody made a mistake on the graphics on the card on the screen. They're like, "Fuck it, we can't change that. This is just reality from now on."
Change your name and your entire existence.
That's right.
That guy also has a weirdly smooth face.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's actually not a human.
I watched all of Stargate.
Does it?
No, doesn't
Okay.
get better. Like like they have their good plot,
Yeah.
right? And then it's clear that they finished that, and then like RDA leaves.
Oh.
And then they bring in Ben Browder and Claudia Black, both of whom I dislike because I did not like Farscape.
Oh,
Mm.
see, I like Farscape.
I've only
So,
seen an
that's
episode
good.
or two of it.
I mean, I guess I like Muppets, so it's
I
sort of
could-
sold me on it.
Take or leave Muppets, but I would probably leave them.
Hmm. Mhm.
Then it got bad.
And I didn't watch the spinoff. What was it?
Atlantis.
Yeah.
Atlantis was fine. It was fine.
And then,
But
so
then
I
Universe.
wasn't even unaware of Universe until recently.
Universe is the Voyager of Stargate.
Let's
Mhm.
see.
They take a wormhole to like a ship, like an ancient ship crawling around the universe, and then get trapped there.
All right.
And then like
Yeah.
the first 7 episodes are just like air. Like the name of the episode is Air. It's like, oh, we're suffocating to death. Water. We have nothing to drink. It's funny. God, now I gotta rewatch that.
That sounds worth watching.
It was
Ugh.
it was the first point where people started talking about it after like the first episode or two, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll finally give this Stargate thing a chance. Now that I'm finally over the betrayal that they had of having a really good movie and then trying to make a TV show out of it.
Yeah, but the pilot had ridiculous Merkin in it for no reason. There was like no nudity in the movie, and then there was nudity in the pilot of the TV show.
Yeah.
Well, it was on HBO originally, right?
Showtime, I think.
Showtime. Yeah, because sometimes they just throw the nudity in, like to remind you why you're paying for a premium cable.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, but there was no nudity like literally any other episode. There was never any nudity otherwise. It was just that one Merkin.
Yeah.
And they had opportunities. They went to a lot of planets.
Well, as far as time travel goes, what about time travel shows? Are
Ooh.
there some of those that were like particularly good or bad? Like I've seen a bunch.
I was not at all happy with how they handled time travel in Heroes.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Such
um,
a trouble.
Yeah,
that was bad.
it was really poorly done. Like, and like I could see that like from the beginning how badly they were going to do it, and I started like, I told Julia, I was like, I don't know if I can keep watching this. She's like, but this is superheroes. This should be your thing. And I'm like, the thing is I know more about superheroes than they do.
Right.
Like, I know more than these writers do, and they're just making a TV show. They don't care about superheroes. I can see it.
Did you ever watch Travelers, the
Oh,
Netflix
yeah.
series?
I
That
did
was
not.
I really enjoyed the way they did time travel in that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the premise is these people come back in time from the future, but like the thing sending them back is this huge AI, and like so when it sends the furthest person back, that's the furthest they can send people back in time.
Oh,
So like every person that comes after has to come in after them, and the shtick would like they inhabit the body of someone who would have died historically. So they just like project the consciousness into the person a few seconds before their death.
mm,
So like it doesn't have an effect on the timeline that way.
Or at least that it's ethical. They don't murder someone because there's someone
Yeah.
who is going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
it's a preventable death. So they prevent the death, and then the agent
Yeah.
gets to operate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this really sick episode where like the main team is like gonna die, and so the entire episode is them sending back person after person after person, like minutes within each other trying to get to the team, and they just keep getting killed right before
Wow.
they get there. So it's just like, and like so they go through this laborious thing where it's like these people who go back are these trained agents that have been training for years, and you just watch like 50 of these people get.
Yeah.
It's good.
wow.
It's a good goddamn episode. That was also a show that was canceled unduly.
Uh-huh.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
I thought that one was really good.
Other time travel. I mean, there's Quantum Leap,
Oh,
Quantum
sure.
Leap. Mhm.
which, you know what? They established their rules and they played within them.
More or less. Right. He
Meaning?
leaps outside of the bounds of his lifetime.
Did he?
Like, wasn't he like an 1800s lawyer working a
I don't.
case? He was an old timey lawyer.
Was he? Oh, I have no idea. I thought he was from the future.
Yeah, he's from like, and the whole rule is right. Like, you have their life on a string, and they bunch it all up, and now you can jump between bits. But it has to be within the timeline of your existence.
Yeah.
I think he leapt into times which had to have been before his birth.
Are we going to talk about Doctor Who or?
I'd rather
Oh,
not.
yeah. Very long time travel movie show
Yeah. Yeah.
with rules that seem to change quite a bit.
Never. Yeah, they never make any sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I like 12 Monkeys.
I didn't watch the TV.
I didn't watch the TV show. I liked the movie, so
Yes.
and 12 Monkeys, the TV show, was on my list. I just hadn't got to it.
It's wildly different, and it's got that girl from Schitt's Creek. Gosh, I lost her
can't
name.
remember her name.
She's
Yeah.
great.
Life on Mars looked like it was a time travel show.
I watched that.
I like Life on Mars. I
Uh-huh.
want to go back and watch the BBC version, because from everything I've heard, like, people are like, all right, you can think your USA version's fine, but you need to watch the
Oh.
BBC version.
I've only seen the BBC version,
Oh, okay.
and I quite liked it. I didn't know you were talking about a different version.
There is a in the United States, it ran for one season,
Oh,
but like, they pretty much knew that it was only going to run one season. So when it got to the hook, they exposed what it was. Like, they kind of told you what it was, instead of leaving, kind of trying to cliffhanger it into another season or anything.
The Hook. You better call Blues Traveler.
I'll bring you back.
It was, I really appreciate it, because the way they set the premise, it was in like he was an early 70s cop. And so they did some things with like the openings of some of the episodes that made them look like early 70s cop shows. Like, there was a sequence that was like, holy shit, this was the most Starsky and Hutch thing I've seen since 1976. Like, it was so, like, those cuts with the boxes and sliding over the roofs of a car. It was just like, oh my God, this is so Starsky and Hutch.
The thing I remember about the BBC version was the music
Yeah.
being super awesome from
And
the 70s music.
they did a good job with the USA one too, the US version also.
And it's that guy who played the Master in Doctor Who was the lead.
The lead in this one, one of them was Michael Imperioli,
Oh, sure.
and the other one was Harvey Keitel. He was in it also.
Oh, he was the 70s cop.
They were both in the 70s.
Yeah.
I noticed we haven't talked about Future Man.
Oh, right.
That's true. That is true. We have not. That was really good.
It was so much better than it had any goddamn right to be.
You
That
were
is true.
100% right about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I just rewatched it recently, and man, loved it. I still can't remember the end because I think they just sort of like, now the show's over.
I think I'm falling in love with Biggie Small.
Yep.
Yeah. That
I think that one does actually end on a VW bus.
probably. It probably does.
I dug what they did in both seasons of Umbrella Academy with time travel.
Yes.
I thought that was all fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll agree.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked Continuum.
Did you see that the release date for Umbrella Academy is like June 22nd?
Yep.
Get in there.
I did see that.
I didn't watch Continuum,
I did not watch it either.
or I think I
It's
started it.
cheap. A lot of people who are in Travelers are in Continuum because I guess there's a bunch of
Sure.
Canadian sci-fi actors who are just hanging around
Yep.
Vancouver, ready to be in a show.
That's fair.
Oh, is my girl Mackenzie Porter in that? Because I'm gonna have to watch that.
The guy who he's in Stargate. He's one of the guys with a spear. He's old.
Christopher Judge.
Nope.
Oh no, you're talking about Tony Amendola.
That's the one.
Great
He's-
hack.
That's yeah. He's in Continuum and he's great. And cigarette smoking man maybe from X-Files is in it.
I do not know his name, but I'm looking it up
Are-
now.
Or the other one.
Christopher.
William B. Davis.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other one. I'm thinking of somebody else.
Bill Davis. That guy is still alive. That guy
He-
is also born in 1938.
He's an Upload also.
He is an Upload. He
I
is
need to watch
slightly
the second
older
season of
than
that.
Christopher Lloyd.
Wow.
Wow. I would watch the two of them riding around in a DeLorean solving mysteries.
But I like Continuum. It's a cop in the future who follows some terrorists from the future back to the present. And she's got some future tech on her. And the guy who invents that future tech is a teen prodigy now. And they get connected. And then, it's getting an adventures and shit each week.
Mhm,
All right.
mhm.
So it's kind of like cop show with sci-fi elements. That's pretty fun.
I'm blanking on more time travel TV show. Oh.
Lost?
Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh,
I am
sure.
watching that. I'm current on that. It's dumb. It knows that it's dumb, leans into it for the ridiculous, and just makes jokes about themselves. Like, it fully knows that it is a ridiculous time travel show that's just dumb, and it's fine with it. Like they changed between the last two seasons. They changed their the night of the week they were on, and as things are wrapping up for the season, they're like, yeah, we should get together and have a family dinner. Hey, I thought we were doing that on Sundays. No, we decided to change it to Wednesdays.
Nice.
Just fully referencing the being jumped around on the schedule and right in there.
Well, that's fun.
It's so ridiculous that for the last season or two, one of the characters, his superpower is just that he's a fucking stoner. He joined the thing, and it's like, dude, are you gonna do anything but just stay in your room and be high? And eventually he did, but
But also, why?
yeah. One of his major storylines was he was all into this TV show when he was high.
Can relate. I can relate.
There's that one on NBC where they are in different costumes every week as they go back in time in a little pod.
Oh, Timeless?
Yeah.
I
watched that
did
one.
not watch it. It looked terrible.
It wasn't great. But I liked it that, okay, so they go back in time and they change stuff. So when they come back, so I think in one episode they go back and they prevent the Salem witch trials. And so when they get back, they remember that was a thing, but no one else in the world remembers it. And so they're like, what's a witch hunt? And I don't know what you mean. You know what I mean? They don't,
Yeah.
it's oh, that's fun.
Wow.
They weren't shy about that.
So there's just a bunch of witches running around.
Could be.
From what I remember reading, I just saw it go past. The TV show Outlander, does that have time time travel elements are like personality changing between timelines things. I remember something about it real early on because I don't know if he still is, but I know Ron Moore was a creator on that. And
Yeah,
I
I mean,
really loved what he did with Battlestar Galactica, so I was going to follow him to his next thing, and it was like he licensed these books and everything, and it was like, oh, that sounds like somebody will really enjoy what Ron Moore does on that, but not me. Like just what I knew what the premise was, but it was like somebody from the present is jumping back and is falling in love with this dude from Scottish land.
Mhm.
Scotlandia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. So it's a person going back in time. That counts as time travel.
Yeah. I mean, just time travel, I guess, in the same way that Quantum Leap is, where they're like the
Yeah,
personality transfers.
or even life on Mars.
Yep. Yep. Loki.
Which, yes.
Was Loki time travel?
Was it?
He jumped
Hard
around
to
in the
say.
timeline of the MCU.
Yeah. I mean, it's as time travel as What If is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Lost has time travel in it, right?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Reset time in one
Yep.
of the later seasons.
Timey-wimey.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
The Flash has dealt with time travel.
Sure. He runs through time, or
Yeah.
whatever he
Gets
does.
on the cosmic treadmill and goes back in time. Come on, Mitch. Get it
Yep.
right.
Comics are so goddamn dumb.
Does time loop stuff like Russian Doll count?
Ooh, Russian Doll was really good.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
They're making a season 2, which seems unnecessary to me.
I don't know.
I didn't have unanswered questions.
I also didn't have unanswered questions, but there's a moment in the middle of the season that was akin to the Fleabag. Who are you talking about? Where'd you go? When the priest calls her on breaking the third wall.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that was so
Or the
good.
fourth wall.
That
Yeah.
moment
Yeah.
was so good.
Yeah. What are you doing? Ugh.
I guess, if Natasha Lyonne's in it, I'll watch another season.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're gonna watch it because Natasha Lyonne's in it. So like,
Yeah.
has she led you wrong yet?
I assigned my students to watch But I'm a Cheerleader over the spring break.
Mm.
We talked about that. No, hold on. Where did we talk about that? I think in my friend group we were talking about it because we were talking about lesbian cinema.
Sure.
And then I was like, "Oh yeah, we talked about this and did it for the podcast because we did." And then Anna's like, "I can't fucking believe you watched that movie and talked about it on the podcast and didn't say anything to me." And I was like, "You talked about it with us. Like, you were here."
You were a
Oh.
part of that.
She's like, "I have no memory of that whatsoever." I'm like, "All right, well,
Yeah, well, there have been a lot of episodes of the podcast I can completely relate.
yeah."
Oh,
You and I watched the movie together, and then we went to the podcast. Like,
Yeah,
well,
the-
talked to a bunch of 19-year-olds about it, so that'll be
yeah.
fun.
The bad thing is I can go back and listen to old episodes of this podcast and be shocked at the things that come out of my mouth because I just don't remember. Like, it's amazing the things that you don't remember that you say. Like, especially when you have this set conversation over and over and over, like specific turns of phrase and things like that. It's like, that's a weird way to put that, but I guess.
mhm. I don't have anything else to say about this movie. I didn't have anything else to say. I didn't have anything to say about this movie in the beginning. Like, it was fine. I don't regret watching it.
Mhm.
I liked it. That was a fun movie.
I'll
No,
watch
you're
it
a fun
again with
movie,
my
Tony.
kids.
And I can see why people are talking about it. And some people are getting emotional about it.
They should just be dead inside. That
No,
solves that problem.
that's just you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I
I
liked
am
it well
something to
enough.
aspire to.
I also don't regret watching it. I'll probably watch it again with my kids because I think they'll like it. I think maybe if I hadn't already seen a ton of time travel movies, I would have liked it better. But like, it didn't tread enough new ground for me to be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be talking about the Adam Project next year.
I'll
I know.
struggle to come up with the Adam Project as a movie about time travel when we talk about another movie about
Time
time
travel.
travel.
Right. Like I liked that one with was it Ethan Hawke in Predestination? I like that one a lot. Was it like
Source code?
Mm-mm.
No.
Predestination.
I think is the name of it.
Hmm.
Destination. Yeah, temporal agent sent on a journey, and yeah, Ethan Hawke and Sarah Snook are in it, and I liked it quite a bit. It was time travel, did interesting things. It made me think like, oh man, this is an interesting thing to do with time travel. So I'll think about that for years. And you were both like, I have no idea what this movie is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
put it on your lists.
Maybe we can just put it on this list.
I mean, it really feels like I can't not have seen this movie. Watching time travel movies is. I've never seen this movie.
Well, then.
It's not real.
Maybe it's not real in the original timeline you were in.
Well,
something's changed.
I feel like Mitch just has created this Wikipedia page and just keeps seeding it into conversations, and people it's just now people just believe this movie exists, and nobody's gonna. No, it's just nobody's got it on a streaming service. So yeah. He's cut together some footage and put it on YouTube as the trailer.
Nice. This is a deep fake movie.
Yeah.
I got an IMDb Pro account so I could list it up.
It's based on a Heinlein story.
Which one?
All You Zombies.
No, I haven't read that. That's not real.
It's all part of the depth of the fake.
I got plausible actors.
Yeah, they're just the right amount of known and unknown that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those movies that when they get interviewed about, it's like, yeah, I don't remember that one. So then there's a bunch of like BuzzFeed articles about how Ethan Hawke has no memory of making that movie. What was going on at the time?
It's also got in it the guy who was Hitler in Preacher. If you watched Preacher.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Which guy is that?
Noah Tyler is his name.
Noah Tyler.
I see it now. Yep.
If you look at his face, you're like,
I'm looking at his face. I'm like,
that's a Hitler.
Okay, that's Hitler.
Oh man,
I really liked Preacher, and I thought that was fun too.
It really surprised me at the end of season 1. I did not know that was what was happening.
Yeah. I've read some Preacher, and I like that, like, thematically the story has deep similarities, but it's not the same story.
Mm-hmm.
So like going back and reading the comics now, it's like I could see where they seeded some of this stuff from, but made a TV show out of it instead of just making the comic book.
Which we're gonna get with Seth Rogen.
You know what? That's what we're getting from Invincible.
Yeah,
We're getting from The Boys. Because I've read some of The Boys. And if it only remained a comic book, I would have never read this. I may have read an issue and then just walked away from it. Because I got like some omnibus stuff. Because I was like, I really like this show. I'm going to get the omnibus edition and read a bunch of these. I struggled through it. I did not enjoy the experience of reading it as a comic book. It's an independent book, so I'm not crazy about the style of the artist.
It's a strong, independent book.
Yep,
it is.
Is that the same story with Umbrella Academy?
Yes, it's
the comic is bad.
The comic book is yeah, it's not the same.
Yes,
it's not quite like the show.
Like they took the concept.
It was good.
It almost feels like the comic books that some of these comic book writers are using the comic medium to like how a comedian will workshop their jokes. It almost feels like the comic book medium is being used to workshop ideas for them to then sell the concept to somebody to make the TV show or movie out of. Because there have been a lot of those lately. A lot.
Are we getting a spinoff from Umbrella Academy, like an All Klaus spinoff?
I think we're getting Sparrow Academy, but I don't think it's actually a spinoff. I think it's season 3.
Season 3 is Sparrow Academy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I had thought I'd heard in the rumor mill that they were making a Klaus-based spinoff show.
I had not heard that, but I would be 100% down for that.
Right, he's my favorite.
Yes.
He is my favorite as well.
Did you watch Misfits?
Misfits.
Yeah, I love
Misfits has got some good time travel stuff in it.
Yes, it does.
I remember liking Misfits, and then, you know, I with my like 10 or 11-year-old, I'm like, hey, let's watch Misfits, and I forgot that like one of the very early episodes is the like de-aged grandma sex scene, and I'm like, oh, we probably aren't going to watch more of this. We'll come back when you're older, because it is really good.
It is really good.
But
God, and that guy is so good in it too. Robert Sheehan.
Which one? The bad guy? No, he's not a bad guy in this one.
No, Klaus.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of Misfits.
Yeah, no, I mean he was in it too.
Where was he in? Who's he in Misfits?
He's
Gosh, I need to watch Misfits now.
Nathan.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Both him and Ramsey Snow Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the guy I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Ewan Ryan.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Who's also in that weird Marvel Inhumans show?
Yes, he was.
Oof.
That was not good.
The black chick in that. Oh. God, I cannot remember her name.
In Inhumans?
No, in Misfits.
Misfits?
Antonia Thomas is in a show called Lovesick, which is also very good.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah. It's about a guy who finds out he has chlamydia and has to contact all of his previous sexual partners.
That's the one that used to be called what was it? Scrotal Recall. That was its original title. Scrotal Recall.
Why would they turn their face away from perfection?
Yeah.
Unless that was just too pure for this world.
Wow.
Yep.
God. it really bugs me when we have something great and then people tone it down to something shittier. God. Anyway, Lovesick is really good. Lovesick was really good too.
Apparently, she's also been in The Good Doctor this whole
Yeah,
time.
well, I don't fucking watch that bullshit.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
so I
for
looked
me.
up. Why did they change the name of Scrotal Recall?
All right, lay some knowledge on us, Mitch.
It says the showrunner Tom Edge says that they get the producers a long list of options, with one of which was Scrotal Recall, with a parentheses that said not this one, obviously. But producers picked it.
Oh.
Mhm.
God, we were so close.
And instead, we get the timeline with COVID.
Mhm. Look what they did.
They could have given us this other wonderful, awful thing instead of they just gave us the awful, awful thing.
Mhm.
That was our punishment for not choosing the wonderful thing.
All right. So, what are we watching for next week?
We don't have a movie, and I don't think we will be recording next week because next week is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Are we gonna do something for your birthday or what?
I don't know. I haven't figured anything out. This weekend, the next 2 weekends are bad. That's just it. So I'm not sure.
Well,
I'll
it
figure
is
something
March.
Yep. Turning Red.
Oh yeah,
I've been
awesome.
trying to watch that for like 2 weeks. Every time I make plans with somebody to watch it, like we get together to watch it and then we don't watch it.
Mm.
It's incredibly frustrating.
All right, so you get 2 more weeks then to watch it. So let's go ahead and do that on April. I believe that would be the 6th. Yeah. And we might have a guest join us for that one.
Oh boy.
Someone, our backseat producer from the north, asked to be a Canadian correspondent representative for this episode.
Really?
So if the schedule can work out, Scott Wachter may join us.
Okay.
Fun.
All right. Let's call it a night.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
See ya.